Is no one ready? Why do I keep popping up as a musical artist on YouTube? That shit is so annoying. Here we go. We're live. Dark Rainbow. What's the deal? What's the deal, man? What's going on? What's the big old deal? Stoners Committee, Den 7. I love it. I love it. He keeps beating you, 7. What's the deal, though? What's going on, man? Hold on. Let me post a link on my Instagram story in case anybody want to tap in. In case anybody want to tap in. What's the deal? What's the deal? I want to hear that. I'm first. Nah, I mean, on my end, it show Stoner Committee. It show Bertho first, then Stoner Committee, then Talk That Talk 7. What's the deal? All 32. You close to being modded. All 32. If you in here on Monday, you're gonna be modded. Cause you be in the chat and you was here for that messy ass music stream yesterday. I hate when this shadow is on my face from the mic and the light. Test, test, test. What's the deal? Palm trees in the chat if you can hear me well, y'all. What's the deal? She don't want to let me have it. Hey, y'all. If you missed it last night, 7 pulled up for the music stream. We graded a couple songs. Then we talked shop, got a little messy. It went well, though. What's the deal? I'm going to let this chat warm up, but welcome to Saturday School, y'all. Welcome to Saturday School. So, with this Saturday School stream, this is episode 4 or 5, I think. It might be episode 5. Basically, this was inspired from when I used to get Saturday School for getting in trouble in high school. Basically, on Saturday School, you would have to go from like 8 in the morning to like 12 afternoon on Saturdays if you acted up, if you got detentions, if you know, got suspended, anything like that. You had to go to Saturday School, and if you were a senior, you couldn't walk the stage, go to prom, go on the field trip to Six Flags. You couldn't do none of your senior activities if you didn't clear up your record via Saturday schools. So I'm like, shoot, every Saturday I be bored. I get in my feelings because I'm not working. So let me pull up to the office and get a one-on-one stream, no guests, talk about whatever I want, no co-hosts, and yeah. So all 32 is turning down the mod. He doesn't want to be a mod. That's fine with me. Donnie, shout out to Donnie. We already got mods. Who's your Valentine, Dejon? Y'all have seen my Valentine before. My Valentine has been on this stream before. Hold on, I gotta sneeze. I think I gotta sneeze. Excuse me. All right. Like I was saying, y'all have seen my partner, my dude, before. He's been on the stream. You guys have heard his voice and seen his face before. Y'all clocked RT when he was here, and I was laughing. But yeah, so that's who my Valentine's is. Donnie said I wouldn't go to Saturday school and just take in-house suspension on Mondays. I know that's right. I just used to go and handle the knock out the Saturday school, then go get something to eat afterwards, and enjoy the rest of my Saturday. So yeah, that's what this stream is inspired by. It's like school on a Saturday or a pod on a Saturday. Saturday afternoon. Not too many of our platforms do these type of streams on Saturday, Sunday. So there's that. But yeah, palm trees in the chat. 7 said, thank you for my hoodie and King Palm. Yeah, she got a motion hoodie. Shout out Junkie Cartel. I gave 7 the pink one. And he blessed me again yesterday. Shout out Junkie Cartel. He blessed me and Tam. He gave me this shirt. And then he got a hat and a blue hoodie over there for Tam. So you're going to be seeing her rock that either here or No Jumper. I don't know what it is about my nose getting stopped up whenever I'm about to go live. That must be a nervous tick or something. That's weird. And overcoming depression, yes. So, like I told you guys, on Saturdays, I normally get depressed. But since I've been doing this show, I have not been depressed on Saturdays. Like, because it's work. I just love to work. I'm depressed whenever I'm not working. So, to have a place to come every Saturday and still do what I love, talk about hip-hop, talk about topics, be messy, there's no need to be depressed because I'm doing what I want to do. So, There's that. Let me get my topics pulled up. Oh, Valentine's Day plans. That's my first topic. So first off, happy Valentine's Day to all the lovers out there, and happy Valentine's Day to somebody in the chat just said something funny. Happy Valentine's Day to my co-host Tam, the best co-host in the world. Happy Valentine's Day to my mod 7 as well. But happy Valentine's Day to my co-host Tam. She's out of town right now, but I already made a post about her on Instagram and wished her a happy Valentine's Day. And I enjoyed the chocolate she got me. And hopefully she enjoyed the candy bag I put together for her. I'm not sure how she feels about the other gift I got her, which was a blind date from Rico. We're going to talk about that with her on Monday. See if she was vibing. Speaking of gifts, I know I'm not supposed to do this because everybody says don't buy a dude shoes or don't buy a person shoes and they're going to walk out your life. But I asked him what he wanted for Valentine's Day and he said shoes. So I got him some shoes and I told him to come like around the time that this stream ends. So when he gets here, I got him some shoes and then we're going out to lunch because that's what I want to do. I want to go get something to eat. So yeah, he got some kicks, and I'm not gonna say hopefully he don't walk out my life because I really don't give a fuck. I'm not like emotionally attached like that to people, but yeah, hopefully he got me what I want because what I asked for is cologne. Show us the shoes. I'm not gonna take his shoes out the box. I checked to make sure they was left right, but I'm not gonna show y'all his shoes. But he asked for some shoes. I got him some shoes. He gave me a size. Somebody said Bo gonna be crying about the merch split, like he gonna want some motion stuff. Junkie Cartel gave this merch specifically to me and Tam. He didn't say anything about Bo. And I think Bo wears like a small. All right, though. So what's y'all Valentine's Day plans? I want to go to, I'm not gonna say what restaurant I'm finna go to because I don't want to dox myself. I definitely don't want y'all meeting me there or meeting us there. But we're going to a little steakhouse. And we're going for lunch because we have plans tonight. We're going to one of my favorite hookah lounges that also serves food and liquor, but I go for the hookah. And I used to go to that place when I worked at No Jumper. It's not too far from No Jumper, actually. What brand? What brand of shoes? Some Nikes. Bo somewhere Asian like milk right there. Star Bo, man. Y'all really be on Bo Bumper. That shit kind of funny to me. Excuse me. That shit kind of funny to me. Oh, man. Another thing I noticed when I was watching the last Saturday school stream back is that I kind of rush. I like rush the show. I'm such a control freak. I'm like, okay, next topic. And I don't want to do that because this is my spot. I could be here all day if I wanted to do a 12-hour. Well, I mean, I got somewhere to go today. But I want to start taking my time when I podcast. I've noticed I've been watching myself back, and even when I have a co-host, like I'm rushing them. I'm rushing Tam. I'm rushing Bo. I have to stop doing that. I'm so used to being in a space where we only had like an hour or so to do our show and get out and clean up. It's like, no, this is your space. You could be here all day. Take your time. So I'm going to try to not rush the show so much and like speed through the topics and try to just like vibe with you guys more, especially on Saturdays. Korean barbecue at 8 p.m. That sounds delicious. I love Korean barbecue. That's what I should have said when I got asked, where do you want to go? I should have said that. But I pig out at Korean barbecue. And I'm really, no. Korean barbecue is delicious, though. I went to get, my first time getting Korean barbecue was with Hellcat. We should have vlogged it. Hellcat and I went to go get Korean barbecue at this place off La Cienega, and on La Cienega, and it was so good. And then my friends, my two straight best friends, took me to their restaurant, that same place, like the next year. Not even the next year, a few months later for my birthday. So yeah, I love it. What kind of puff bar is that? It's called a Plukes, and it's not a puff bar, it's a hookah. Shabu Shabu. That the name of a Korean barbecue place? Steaks and crab legs at the crib, low key this year. Okay, enjoy. Do it up, man. Do it up. Shout out to all the lovers. If you single, don't worry about nothing. Treat yourself to something nice. order you some good food on DoorDash, roll you a blunt, pour you a drink, do whatever you like. If you got a friend that's single, ask them to go out tonight. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Whatever you got to do. Valentine's Day is not just about couples. Valentine's Day is about love. At least that's the modern definition of it. So show yourself some love. You feel me? It made me feel real good this week putting a smile on Tam's face, whether she liked Rico in the date or not. It made me feel good. Just letting my co-host know that I appreciate her and that she's beautiful and that she deserves to smile. It made me feel good, especially since I have this rap that I like treat my co-host like shit and I'm just the worst co-host in America. So it was dope to see like Tam say things like, "Oh, I love working with you. Wednesday, my favorite day of the week." All that good stuff like that warms my heart. Another thing I tweeted, and this is off topic, but I tweeted this morning like, "I'm really a soft ass teddy bear. I just crash out when disrespected," and I feel like past year or so, maybe even longer than that, I've been disconnected from this soft side of me. I've been so like tough and hard and gangsta, and it's like that's a part of me, but in essence I am a teddy bear. I am soft, I am sweet, I am kind, I am generous, I am gentle. I'm not no tough spirit. I'm a gentle person, like all of that stuff. Like, so I want to get back in tune with my softness and who I am. I can't let this industry and this line of work I'm in and having to deal with all these rappers and getting jumped and getting threatened and people talking about me and podcasters talking about me, all this podcast beef with rappers in my comments every damn day and my DMs every damn day crying. I can't let my profession, I have to learn how to like turn that off and still be who I am. And at the end of the day, I am a gentle person. I am a soft person. I am a loving person. I'm a kind person. I'm a generous person. And I have to be in tune with that. I don't want to lose that. I don't want to lose my soul to this industry trying to just be some mean, tough, you feel me? Dark. I have to put Dark Rainbow in the cage sometimes because that's not who I am at my core. That's who I protect myself with is Dark Rainbow. If that makes any sense. If that makes any sense. Free Rico is crazy. Oh, you had sushi for lunch. All right, Seven had sushi for lunch. But all right, let's see. Let's get to these topics. Oh, it's All-Star Weekend. That's why I'm a little late. Excuse me, y'all. I tried to start this stream right at 2. I didn't get here until after 2 because the office, if you know, is downtown. I'm not going to dox myself, but we're in downtown LA. And downtown LA is packed. It's NBA All-Star Weekend. Everybody is out here. Everybody, they mama is out here. It's so much fucking traffic. Get off the motherfucking freeway. And when you get off the freeway, do it timely. I haven't been keeping up with who's going to be on the All-Star team and all of that good stuff, but I do remember when I was like younger, like All-Star Weekend meant everything, and I feel like I don't hear about it as much now. I wanted to, before we get into the topics, I wanted to watch some of the greatest, which is something people don't even do anymore, is dunk the basketball. But I wanted to watch some of the greatest NBA All-Star dunks of all time, or at least in recent history. Let's check it out. Play. Oh shit. That's mild. This is the dunk contest. I want the dunk. Hold on. This is just dunks. I want dunk competition. It's not the competition. These are games. Hold on, y'all. I want dunk contest. All 50 points dunk in NBA Slam Dunk Contest history. All right. Player drops 50. DoorDash drops something into this bag. Here we go. The GOAT. What year was the first slam dunk contest? Does anybody know? A beast. Somebody said Vince Carter was DL. They said that Vince Carter was sleeping with their uncle. They went viral for tweeting this last week. Like some guy said that his dad told him Vince Carter used to pull up and sleep with their his gay brother, which would be the dude's uncle. But shout out to Vince Carter. I do remember his era. What, a Teletubby? Oh, it's a dragon. I thought that was Flacco. We're going to watch a couple more. Spud Webb. Damn. Why were the shorts so little back in the day? Why are they wearing booty shorts? I'm glad they make their shorts bigger. All right. Goodness gracious. Fucking commercials. I'm going to sign up for YouTube Premium. Didn't Vince Carter date Eve? 1976 was the first year they did the All-Star dunk. Slam dunk contest, I mean. That Dr. J? Oh, shit. All right, we're going to watch a couple more. Let's watch a couple more.
And now the local favorite, Terrence Stansbury, a rookie from Temple, 360.
That was clean. Them shorts too small. Give me some tiny ass shorts. When did the shorts get bigger in the NBA? And thank God whoever did it, because these guys look zesty. Those are regular shorts. All right, it's gonna be next one. Be our last one. I just wanted to make a point. Yeah, we're gonna end with Jordan. Tenacity. Tongue out. Look at that. Look at that. Goodness gracious. Speaking of basketball, Zach LaVine, get this off the screen. So speaking of basketball, y'all, I'm having a conversation with my dude. He's like, what bullshit did he say? He said that he asked me for my top 5 because we were talking about Chris Paul retiring. Thank God. Chris Paul is one of the most overrated basketball players of all time to me. Yeah, he's definitely overrated. I don't want to call him a bum. I'm not going to do that because he's like 3rd all-time assist. But, yeah, definitely overrated. Nonetheless, he asked me, like, who's your top 5 basketball players of all time? And I said Jordan, Kobe, LeBron, Magic, Shaq. And he's like, why would you have Magic and not Bird? Bird beat Magic over and over again. And I'm like, I'm not putting fucking Larry Bird in my top 5 basketball players all time. I'm fucking black. Like, that's crazy. CP3 is talented. So why didn't he get a ring? Why did he pull a Jason Kidd and get a ring on the way out at least then? If CP3 is so talented. And don't blame David Stern, rest in peace, for blocking the whole trade to the Lakers back in the day because he had another opportunity to come to the Lakers, and he chose the Clippers. Dejon's favorite player is Dwight Howard. You got me fucked up. CP3 is overrated. I hate when y'all put him in like y'all, like he's the greatest point guard of all time, a top 3 point guard, top 5 point guards of all time. No. And I definitely don't have Larry Bird over Magic Johnson. I don't care how over Showtime. I don't care how many times he beat him. I'm black. I'm never in a million years going to put Larry Bird over Magic Johnson. That's crazy. That is crazy. Is Magic the GOAT DL player? I'm going to leave that alone. I'm definitely going to leave that alone. Definitely gonna leave that one alone. Let me show y'all though. It was announced yesterday. Should be in my DMs. It was announced yesterday that Chris Paul was officially retiring. Hold on, where this joint at? On ESPN. Here we go. So ESPN broke the news that Chris Paul is retiring from basketball after 21 seasons in the NBA. He announced on social media. Someone said, Trevor said CP3 deserved a better ending. Like I said, always just been overrated. I never got the hype for this dude. I never got the hype. I never got it. I hear people say like, "Oh, he's the greatest point guard of all time." I'm like, over John Stockton, like, I don't know. I don't know. You must have never heard of Lob City. I'm black and I put Larry over Magic. Might be Celtics biased though. Okay, you from the East Coast? He brought the Clippers to the top. The top of what? And yeah, I understood he took the Phoenix Suns to their first finals appearance, but did they win? He controls the floor when he's on it like no other. So you're under the impression that CP3 is a great facilitator, that Chris Paul is a great facilitator. What about Penny Hardaway if he never got hurt? Okay, I used to have some of his shoes. But let me see. Not the greatest of all time, but definitely top 10. I give you top 10. Some people are saying that Chris Paul is the top 3-point guard of all time. And by some people, I mean Stephen A. Smith. Stephen A. Smith has him at the top one of the top 3-point guards of all time. Chris Paul was always on the injured list. You think Russell Westbrook is better than Chris Paul? I'd rather watch Russell Westbrook play basketball. I think he's more entertaining than Chris Paul. I don't know about better. I think that he's more exciting to watch. A true point guard's job is to be a great facilitator. I agree. All right, so maybe we'll circle back to that. We'll circle back to top 10 point guards of all time list, but we don't have Chris Paul in the top 3. Otherwise, you're getting booted out my chat. What else we got to talk about? But no, congratulations to Chris Paul for retiring. Should have retired a couple years ago, in my opinion. Or should have went out like Jason Kidd with a ring. Then I would have respected you. I rarely respect players that don't get rings. Rarely. But all right, something I want to share with you guys. This is my first week on Ozempic. I'm not joking when I say that. This is week 1. I am lightheaded. I am nauseous. I do see my appetite like dwindling down a lot. Like, so remember yesterday, if you watched the music stream, I ordered some Jamaican food and I literally just had like a couple bites of it and put the lid back on and close it. And like, cause I started to feel like sick. So I am curious how my date's going to go because I expected to eat. So there's that. The reason I'm taking Ozempic is because I want to fit better in my clothes. I feel like a lot of my clothes hug me too tight, or I can only wear them a couple amount of times and they look all stretched out. And so I just want to look better in my clothes. And I want to be able to like order stuff. I be seeing clothes like, so basically I want to get back to a 38. Right now I'm a 44. I want to get back in the waist. I want to get back to a 38. It's a lot of jeans that I want to wear. A lot of the, Valabasas or whatever, those jeans, they be going up to like a 38 max, and it's like, I can't fit that anymore. So yeah, I definitely want to, I want to get back down to that size. Let me see if I can show you a picture of the size of me that I want to get back to. Let me go back to 20 before the pandemic for sure. Even I wasn't too big in the pandemic. I can show you during the pandemic and then right before the pandemic. Sizes I want to go back to. And my doctor and my nurse, because my nurse, I went to the doctor like a week or so ago to get those Ozempic, and my nurse is also on Ozempic, so she's telling me like, oh yeah, in like 3-4 months you would have lost like 50, 60 pounds. And I said, okay, that's cool. That's all I really need to do. Hold on. All right, that's 2020. It's around this time. Okay, I'm looking for what photo I wanna. I kind of remember the photos that I liked about myself a lot. Let's go with. Like I actually don't like that picture. I was smaller, but that's not a good picture. Let's go with. I should have already had these screenshotted. Okay, I could deal with these. Let me DM this one. This is me at Powerhouse. You know when Power 106 had that concert I went to. This is like 2018, literally. Ooh, this is cold, man. This a cold one. This this a classic. Wait till y'all see this picture. So yeah, this is the way I'm trying to get back to y'all. Hold on, let me DM it and put it on the screen. I was fat though. I still had a gut. I feel like I've always had a gut, even in high school and middle school and stuff. I always had a gut, but it wasn't all this, and it was more neck. So this is what I'm trying to get back to. Hold on, don't worry about nothing. This is what the Ozempic should hopefully do. I'm hoping the Ozempic, rest in peace, Key Riches. This is what he had to get rich shirt. I still got my little Chanel necklace. I really don't wear it, but it was my favorite necklace at the time. Man, look at all that neck pause. Still fat, still gut. If I stood up, you would have still seen the gut. Still some chin, but not as much. Dimples show more. So hopefully this Ozempic gets me back to this. I remember this is at Villa Blanco, one of my favorite restaurants in Beverly Hills. It got shut down. This is Lisa Vanderpump's restaurant. I used to go all the time and get a chopped salad, believe it or not. So yeah, hopefully the Ozempic gets me back to this one. I have to take it once a week, and allegedly kills all food noise. You're not thinking about food 24/7, supposedly. So we'll see. Hold on, let me send one more. Let me send one more. Let me be funny and send one more. Hold on. Yeah, here we go. I know I got a good one in here. Here we go. Okay, this is the day that Nipsey Hussle passed. March 31st, 2019. I went out for my birthday. That was that was the day after my birthday. I went out to brunch for my birthday at the Beverly Hills Hotel. I used to go to the Polo Lounge for lunch or brunch every year for my birthday. Now, not so much. I be doing other stuff, but this is another slim or slimmer Dejon pick. Look at me. Oh, I got bags under my eyes. But yeah, so this is hopefully what the Ozempic brings me back to after 4 or 5 months. I'm gonna give it a 4 or 5 month run. Seven said I got everything you need in my house. I have the laser lipo caviation machine at home. I'll do your chin for you. You're gonna laser the fat off my chin is crazy. Come over my house and work out with me. We'll have to stream it. We'll definitely have to stream it. But yeah, it's so crazy because I went out for brunch for my birthday, March 31st, 2019. I think I was turning 24, and I'm with my homegirls and we having mimosas, and I post this picture. The caption was "Count Up That Loot," one of my favorite Nipsey Hussle songs. I get in the car, I'm driving home, I check my phone, Nipsey Hussle's been killed. I swear to God. I swear to God, it's the craziest shit ever. It was the craziest shit ever that day The fact that and then the reason I go to the Polo Lounge is because Nipsey rapped about it, $1 Million Meetings at the Polo Lounge and stuff like that in his different songs on Marathon and TMC. So that's why I started going to the Polo Lounge for my birthday in my senior year of high school. I went, and ever since then, but it's like, dang, rest in peace, Nipsey. And that's like a downside of my birthday, because it's like every year when my birthday comes, I'm like, when I wake up, we're gonna be posting rest in peace, Nipsey, and celebrating him. So, anywho, hopefully this Ozempic doesn't have, outside of this nauseousness that I have, and like I feel like I have like a little temperature too after taking that. I feel like warmer and lightheaded and nauseous, and I can feel my appetite getting smaller and smaller. Like for dinner last night, I didn't have anything. I didn't have anything once I got home, because I ate the Jamaican food at like 5. Normally I have another dinner at like 9, 8 or 9, nothing. And then I didn't eat anything today until I got here, which was lunch at like 2. So yeah, I think I think it's working, and I'm gonna give it some more time. I'm gonna be patient with it. I'm thinking maybe next week I'll take the shot on camera so you guys know I'm not bullshitting, because I take it in my thigh. So maybe next week I'll take those Ozempic in my thigh. I just want to see if it works. I want to see if I could lose this weight with it, because I don't like working out, and I can diet, but I can't diet on the weekends. It's something about Saturdays and Sundays that make me want to eat wherever I want. Monday through Friday, I can eat good. I cannot eat fried food and not eat white rice, only eat brown rice and all that good stuff throughout the week. But when it comes to the weekend, I be wanting to eat whatever the fuck I want to eat, and I be wanting to drink. So, because I try not to drink during the week. But anywho, let's get back to the show. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Palm trees in the chat if you fucking with me. Please don't put burgers in the chat. Shout out to Tam, but I don't want to see burgers right now. Dejon, confirm or deny the Dark Rainbow moniker. Please send in a super chat for that. Bro, just water fast. Don't eat anything. Just water and coffee. You really need to stop drinking alcohol. I feel like y'all have never seen me drunk. I feel like no one has ever seen me drunk. That's why I don't feel like I have an alcohol problem, because I've never been belligerently drunk. Tam is here on Wednesdays. This is Saturday school. This is just me. Anywho, let's talk about this Stet cat, man. Let's talk about this Stet cat, man. So basically, keyboard clips. I'm not going to replay the clip, but basically when I was live with Tam on Wednesday, I guess Stetiana was live on his own channel, and we had surpassed him in views. Remember, this week Tam and I hit over 200 views, over 200 live viewers. I think we peaked at like 220 live viewers, which is our biggest live viewership since we was back there on the couch with guests. So shout out to everybody who tapped in and tuned in on Wednesday. Nonetheless, keyboard clips Stet talking shit about me and Pun. He had like some fat people up on the screen and was calling them punning me and calling me Dejon and Dejon man, and you know, all that corny stuff he does, which, you know, he's entitled to. But my whole thing is like, dang, bruh, you did all of that for like 500 views. You did all of that roasting me and Pun for 500 views is crazy. So let me pull up the views in comparison to mine. Not that I have 1 million views or nothing like that, but I'm definitely not on the weak shit he's on. Hold on. Downloads. Let's go to desktop. All right. So this one was, oh God. All right. So this one was right after. This is when I saw the clips. I went and checked. I think I was driving when I saw this. So this is right after. He did his Third Law episode 2 live stream the same night we did the Valentine's Day one. 2 hours after his stream, 439 views. 2 hours after Stet talked shit about me and Pun being fat and calling us a couple, his video was still at 439 views. 27 minutes after we got off live, we was at 3.1K views. You do the math. You do the math. 439 views after 2 hours. That's where he was at. 3.1K views after 30 minutes. Mind you, we didn't bring Stet up the whole stream. Hold on, don't worry about nothing. Let's go to today. Let's pull up today's views. Let's focus on the present. So as of today, why does it keep popping up so fucking big? All right, as of today, Stet is at 637 views after bit more than 2 days, because it's Saturday. That was Wednesday. 3 days. 637 views. Mine, me and Tam, 5.2K views. So my point, I bring all of this up to say, you pop all this shit about how I'm fat and I'm gay and this, that, and the third, but I'm getting more views than you, bitch. You letting a fat gay nigga get more views than you. What's that about? You always bragging about how you light skinned and so attractive and how you can get any bitch in the world, and you was fucking Heather behind T-Rail's back and y'all have a pass and woo 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 woo, and how you more creative than everybody and more talented and a better podcaster than everybody, and you the golden child, you got the golden ticket, Willy Wonka head ass, all of this shit. Why nobody watching you then, bitch? I'm confused. Why is nobody watching you? Why are you doing whole episodes that can't even hit 1,000 views? This nigga's a bum. This nigga's doing whole episodes and can't even hit 1,000 views after 2-3 days. 637 views after 2 days. If you don't take that shit down, take that bunk ass live stream down, nobody want to sit there and watch you talk about me being fat for 2 hours. You have nothing else to talk about. No rappers mention Stet. No companies, no brands mention Stet. You have nothing to talk about but me and Pun. Besides Pun and I, you have nothing to discuss. You have absolutely nothing to discuss besides Pun and I. I could play around in No Jumper universe. I could play around in the FMW universe. I could come up here and just talk strictly West Coast hip hop and talk about all the rappers I've been pissing off and how me and Zone Sama been going back and forth. Then he apologized recently. I got content for days, different bags to pull from. All you got to talk about is me being fat and me being gay. So what? Nobody cares. Boo. You can't get 1,000 views. Make some content about that. React to your own content and see why you can't hit 1,000 views, Stet. Or why you tap out at 1,000 views, Stet. Talk about that. Talk about that. Meanwhile, I go get some fucking balloons and put them on set, and we doing 5K in 2 days. Let's talk about it. Let's really, really talk about it. Free 7, man. Free 7. I agree with all 32. Stet is dookie, man. Stet got no jokes. Everything's an old Dejon man. Dejon's fat. This fat gay nigga is getting more views than you, bro. You can't hit 1,000 views in 2 days. You should be embarrassed. You should go unlist that. I would unlist that. You should go unlist that. You should be embarrassed. You moved all the way to Texas to get 637 views on your stream, bragging about Keem being in your chat. Yeah, Keem and 20 other people are in your chat, bruh. Like, what are you really talking about? What are we really talking about? And I understand we share a mod. Shout out to 7 in the chat. Talk that talk 7. But it's like, bruh, you got to come up with some new content, because you sitting there making fun of me and Pun for being fat when you anorexic. You feel me? When you got scoliosis, when you can't lift 20 pounds or your back could give out, when you got to go see a back doctor or a chiropractor 3 times a week, bitch, you ain't healthy either. Just because you thin don't mean you healthy. But I ain't got to sit here and talk about how you look for 2 hours. I have other topics. I could get to paid music submissions. I got people I got to grade for money. Labels send me money to promote their artists and grade their artists. Like, I have business to do. What do you have to do? Nothing but talk about me, bruh. I ran you off the show you was on. RIP, fair to say. You created that, right? I ran you off that. I changed your life. I ended your entertainment career. You back in buttfuck Texas in the boondocks, bruh. You living by a swamp, bruh. I did that. I ran you out of LA. My fat ass, my gay ass. So you never gonna make me feel bad for being fat or for being gay. So your little jokes don't really mean nothing, bruh. Your jokes don't really mean nothing, bruh. Because they can't even get you 1,000 views. I can see if they was getting you some views, then joke on. But, bro, I can't sit here and let you keep making jokes about me if it's not going to get you no views. I want to see you do better. So, Stet, come up with some better content. Come up with a better narrative than Dejon and Pun are fat. That's not going to work. That's definitely not going to work. I'm going to pull the views up one more time because I'm petty. And then we're going to move on to the next topic. I do need to talk about Pun's new show with Problem. Hold on. I'm going to pull it up one more time because I'm petty as fuck. Oh, man, I wish it didn't pull up so fucking big. All right, Stetson Third Law, man. 2 days ago. I'm so petty. I got to pull him up one more time. 637 views. This what we doing, bruh? This what we on? You almost 40. You getting on the internet for 637 views, dog? Really? 637 views, gang? That's what you on after 2 days? You can't even hit 1,000 wow after 2 days, bruh? You need to call Keem and Macwop, tell them throw you a bone, dog. They need to pull up out there and stream with you or something. I know they make fun of you and call you mentally ill and talk you out of leaving FMW only for them to get more camera time at FMW and still fuck with the people they told you to stop fucking with and gaslit you and trick you out your position over there and all that good shit. But 637 views after 2 days is bunk skunk. You could put out a YouTube short more than that. And then he clipped this and started putting out clips of this. And like the clips got like 25 views. I swear to God, go over to his page. More power to him. For emotion, all that good shit. The clips from his show got like 22 views, 25 views. The whole episode, 637 views? That's crazy. 637 is crazy. And the only reason I'm doing this is because he used to get on me about my views when I was over at that other production company working out of their bunk ass studio. He used to get on us about our views and being nobody in our chats and all of that stuff. But now, bitch, I'm in my own office, operating off my own channel page. My chat's lit. We hitting up to 220 live viewers on Wednesday. Me and Tam got motion, baby. We back. It's only going to get better. We got sponsors coming in. It's up. It's up. It's up. It's up. It's up. We got brands sending merch over. King Palm sending merch over. It's up, baby. Let me get this bum off my screen. 637 views, man. That nigga's a bum. 637 views is crazy. Where's Lil Twist at? I heard he used to fuck Lil Twist stylist. That's what somebody keeps putting in my Instagram comments and in the chat and on the YouTube comments. Somebody keeps leaving like, you need to bring up how Stet got caught fucking Lil Twist's stylist back in the day, and that's why they not cool no more. But I don't care enough to research that. I'm satisfied with the narrative that Stet was fucking Heather behind T-Rose back, and that makes T-Rose a cuck. Nonetheless, keeping it on FMW, did you guys see Pun and Problem, a.k.a. Jason Martin, have a show? Fuck, it slipped my mind. I gave it a watch. It slips my mind. What's the name of it? It's on the group chat. It's on the group chat. Channel. Hold on. I just gave it a watch. It should be up here. Oh shit, it's called shit, fuck. I don't know what it's called. It's called something. Anywho, Pun and Problem have a new show. And I guess that's supposed to be replacing the Ace Boys because Ace Boys worldwide broke up. Rios and Fred, aka Ace Boy Trey, Ace Boy Manny, are doing their thing over at the Syndicate. I saw Rios pull up to Viral Way and talk about how it was no chili at Ace Boys, all that good stuff. Talk about how there's no beef, but he not really rocking with niggas right now, doing his own thing. So I guess Pun is tapping in with his old colleague. You know, he used to manage Problem, and they're doing a show. It came off as old headish. I watched it for a minute. It came off as like some old heads talking. It ain't gonna compete with like Joe Budden podcast or nothing like that. or anything on the East Coast. Joe and Jada, Drink Champs, $1,000,000 Worth of Game, all the old head East Coast podcasts. But it came off as like some West Coast old head shit to tap in when you got some time. I can't think of the name. Anybody in the chat know the name of it? I couldn't even find it. That shit was ass. Hey man, to each his own. I have an old soul. I have an old soul. So what's the show called? Whatever the show was called, it was cool. My thing is, Pun, you doing the wrong content, man. We don't really care about the show with Problem. We want to see Let Me Cook, nigga. Bring back Let Me Cook. Yeah, I'm still on that, man. I texted Pun last week. He still ain't responding. I texted Pun. I said, bring back Let Me Cook. Dark rainbow emoji, man. This nigga scared. Pun, you big Uno. You master destruction. Bring back Let Me Cook. Nobody cared to watch you and Problem sitting around and talk about the old days and being a father and all that old nigga shit. That's cool and all. We want the destruction. The space needs that destruction. I can't be the only person out here on demon time. The only person out here bringing destruction. Pun, bring back Let Me Cook. It's cost efficient. You do it from Discord. There's no overhead. I'm confused. There's no overhead. Why is it Pun bringing back Let Me Cook? This nigga Stet running around talking shit about you. You ain't had no response yet. I just don't understand it, man. Where is Let Me Cook? Keem over here bragging about Ace Boys being broken up. You ain't got nothing to say about that? Damn, homie. That's crazy. We could get Big Deal on the Discord on Let Me Cook. Let him cook. Like, dang. What the fuck is going on? Stet said you let Pun hint, don't shoot the messenger. I saw that bullshit. So yeah, man. I'm over it. I can't believe. I don't want to see any more new shows from Pun until we get Let Me Cook. I don't want to see any new shows from Pun until we get Let Me Cook. Matter of fact, I'm not watching no more of the reactions. I think he's live right now. I'm not watching now other cops reaction, now other Law and Order reaction Pun until you bring back Let Me Cook for the culture. Stop being selfish. Do it for the West. This is what we do. We beef and argue amongst each other instead of getting shit accomplished. That is what we really do. That is our essence. Bring back Let Me Cook. Bring back Let Me Cook. Let Me Cook. Dark Rainbow. Bring back Let Me Cook, Pun. I'm not going to keep asking you, but bring back Let Me Cook, man. Good content, man. I like the reactions. They cool, but it ain't no Let Me Cook. It ain't messy enough. I like destruction. We need a weekly dose of, even if it's bi-weekly, we just need, every month we need a little bit of destruction and keep everybody on their A game. You feel me? Keep everyone on their toes. Like, we need some of that. We need some of that energy. So I don't know what has to be done. This nigga Stet the disrespected Pun 6 ways to Sunday, 7 ways to Sunday. I don't know what could be done to wake Pun up from his kumbaya, mature sleep and bring back destruction Pun. Because that's what we need. That's what the space needs. I'll be watching Shame on You, trying to see if Destruction Pun's going to hop out and he going to say something about Stet. Nothing. It's like, oh my God. How many reaction videos can you make? How many Law and Order videos can you make? My God. Lord have mercy. But shout out to Pun though. He'll make Let Me Cook when I guess he wants to. I guess. I don't know. Let Me Cook was fire, but the rest of FMW hated that shit. Fuck the rest of FMW. Let Me Cook is a LA staple. Shout out to Reezy the Loke. LA staple. All right. Speaking of other podcasters, let's talk about this. I have a question for you guys. If you're a West Coast native or a West Coast hip hop fan, do you think Adam22 is a part of West Coast hip hop? Has he done a lot for West Coast hip hop? Is he on the Mount Rushmore of West Coast hip hop media? All of that good stuff. Hold on, let me play the video. He kind of compared himself to me on Tuesday. I meant to bring this up to Tam, but she had her own grievances with him. Here we go.
Like so few up and
All right, this is from the Tuesday show on No Jumper. Adam compares himself to me and speaks to his relationship and interest and passion for West Coast hip hop. And I just want to see what you guys think. Is this cap or facts? Let's check it out.
like so few up and coming artists that even move the needle at all right now.
You talking about out of hip hop or the coast?
Hip hop in general right now.
'Cause I guess you from the West Coast now or some shit.
I claim it a little bit, you know.
Because
I look out for
I'm
it.
checking you
I'm
out. You
Dejon.
like yeah. Because like here where we from, like you talk like you here, so we adopted you, huh?
I've been here long enough that when I see an artist coming up out of Southern California, I want to help push them just because I feel like, I care about LA's longevity. Obviously, there's been a lot of ups and downs over the years as far as like hip hop relevance. Still like, the main city. But as far as the culture itself, I care in a way that I don't really care about, the next hot Florida rap. Like,
All right, man. Before we get to the prompt, let me clarify a few things. One, who the fuck is Dejon? How come every time Adam says my name, it's Dejon? D, motherfucker, D. Stop with that day shit. Second off, you are not like me because unlike you, when someone swings at me, I swing back. When someone punches or try to punches me, I punch back. I fight back. If that had been me in that ring, Jason would have had a different conversation. Not saying I would have won, but I would have fought. But that's besides the point. To the actual prompt, do you guys think Adam cares about West Coast hip hop? Does he care about LA rappers, West Coast rappers? Is he still interested in platforming them? Does he want to see the West Coast win? And is he just a part of West Coast hip hop, even though he's from New Hampshire or wherever the fuck he's from, like Munchie said? That's the question. Is Adam a part of West Coast hip hop? 22 puts on artists from everywhere. Okay. I feel like I can't, I'm not a hater. So I will say that No Jumper and Adam were definitely a big part of putting on a lot of artists from LA in the late 2010s. As far as like the whole Shoreline Mafia era, Draco, Shoreline Mafia era, Greedo, that whole run. I remember one of AZ Chike's first interviews was up there. That whole run, that whole era, Blue Buzz Clan, he called them. Me and him both interviewed Blue Buzz Clan around the same time in the same month. Yeah, I feel like at his core, No Jumper was definitely a LA rap platform and platformed a lot of dope artists out of the West Coast at its core and covered it. I feel like now it's more about the gangbanging, but back then, 2018, 2019, 2020, until the pandemic, it was all about the music scene. And then once the pandemic came and they started running up the big numbers and they had AD and T-Rail, and it was more so about like, it became like, and then Brick Baby, it became more like about gang banging and gang culture in my opinion. But before it was about West Coast hip hop. So I won't, despite me and Adam's differences, I won't knock him and say he hasn't done anything for West Coast hip hop. I also feel he's done a lot of bad for West Coast hip hop. I feel like he's done good for West Coast hip hop, platforming the artists, the big interviews he did early on with his platform. But also, a lot of times when people think about LA rap and West Coast hip hop, it's oversaturated or overshadowed by gangbanging because platforms like No Jumper glorify and highlight the gangbanging part of it instead of the music part of it. So, and the dysfunction of it instead of the music of it. A great example of that is how No Jumper and Adam will cover Frosty going to jail or getting arrested or stealing the Pokemon cards, but when he drops new music, they won't cover that. They won't post that. They won't talk about that on the show. That's an example of how he does more bad than good for the West Coast hip hop. But I mean, to each his own. You do what you want to do with the platform. Another thing, hold on, let me go to the chat. Gang culture is a part of West Coast hip hop, so it's all fair. Big blood. AD and T-Rail still tried to interview in music and such, but once Brick came, it was all gang activity. Okay, so you guys are saying that, well, you're saying that once Brick came, that's when No Jumper officially became a gang platform and it was no longer about music whatsoever. Respect. Keeping it on Adam, did you guys see him get into it with Imani from Joe Budden podcast? That shit was hilarious. So Imani tweeted, got MJ's lawyer. I think this is over the Sexy Red snippet. Got MJ's lawyer on speed dial for anyone remaking or making a mockery out of Michael Joe Jackson's music. Cease and desist season, LOL. And then Adam tweeted, this guy thinks sending lawyers after a young black woman for making a song is a good look. So Adam thought he clocked him and he had a good joke, but Imani's comeback is crazy. Look. This guy thinks letting young black men come on his wife's face is a good look. He cooked, bro. Oh my God, he cooked, bro. That shit is funny. Shout out to Imani. I love to see Adam lose verbal spats as well as physical spats just for old time's sakes. But shout out to Adam, man. Shout out to Kiwi Ed. You know, he's my co-host's boss, so there's a certain level of tolerance I have to have in that regard. Imani is emotional, yeah. Well, he had a good joke. He had a good comeback. That is funny as fuck. All right, y'all. Let's see what else we got going on. What else do we have going on? Oh, did you guys see? I don't have the video pulled up, but did you guys see Adam not want to pay the bill? I guess when he did his RL stream, everybody's saying they love the stream, so shout out to them. But did you guys see Adam not want to pay the bill? I guess the shots, it was 30, it was like, was it 10 shots? And it came out to like $320 or $350. He didn't want to pay the bill. I guess they went out to eat. I don't know why Kingpin was eating before a fight. That's why he lost. But nonetheless, Adam didn't want to pick up the check. If you go out to eat with your boss, go out for drinks or food with your boss, especially at a work-related event, isn't the boss entitled to pick up the check? If you go out to eat or for drinks or food or both or whatever with your boss at a work-related, industry-related event, isn't your boss obligated to pick up the check? You shouldn't be splitting a check or going over items with people. You should run an open panel, Dejon. What do you mean by open panel? It was an $840 bill. Adam got it, so what? I feel like the boss should be obligated to get the check. That's just me. I feel like if we're out at an industry-related event and this is us promoting your brand and representing your brand with you in public, you should pick up the check. This should be a company card or something where you pick up the check. I'd have ran that bitch up. I'd have been ordering chicken strips and chicken nuggets and chicken tenders and all of that. I would want chicken wings and anything under the sun and Cadillac margaritas and just doing it up, man. I would have ran up at least $200, $300 on that check. Because he got it, man. You the boss. You pay the cost to be the boss. You supposed to pay for the food. If your employees are going out to eat in your presence and y'all are all out at an industry event, you supposed to pull out that company card. You got it, man. You white. I felt like Adam was being selfish. It also disturbed me when Tam told me that they no longer feed them. Because I remember when I was there, we used to get lunch brought to us. Sometimes they had chefs come with the basmati, however you say it, rice, that fluffy long grain white rice, and the salmon bowls and chicken bowls and pizza and pasta, and they will order us Harold's chicken and maybe this Ozempic isn't working because now I'm hungry again. Okay, let me stop talking about food. But yeah, I definitely feel like they should feed their people. They should definitely feed their people. Oh, that's also funny. Fuck, do I have it? Hold on, this is about Bo Jackman. So We Starving is running a narrative that the reason Bo Jackman got booted from No Jumper and isn't allowed back on No Jumper is it because of what happened on this is the funniest shit ever. Is it about what happened and that day he got into it with Ricky? And also, sidebar, I'm all over the place. Do y'all want Ricky to pull up? Should I invite Ricky to the platform? Not on the day Bo's here because then they're going to fight. But, well, they're not going to fight because Bo's not no fighter. But maybe the day Bo's here. But if not, the day Tam is here. Should I have Ricky pull up on a day that Tam and I are here? But anywho, according to We Starving, Bo did not get kicked off no jumper because he argued with Ricky about Draco and Adam called in annoyed. Allegedly, Bo Jackman walked into Adam's office while he was getting well during a doctor's appointment, a doctor's visit. We Starving is alleging that Bo Jackman walked in while Adam was getting the prostate exam. That's nasty, homie. This is nasty as fuck, bro. Oh my God. Could you imagine? Some people say bring Ricky on, some people saying keep him where he's at. Could you imagine walking in Adam's office and Adam is bent over his desk and a doctor is sticking a urinal up his urinal? Oh my God. And then Adam gets embarrassed, and so he's like, Bo Jackman can't come back up here because that's just, I always wonder, like, damn, Bo, when you going back to No Jumper? You feel me? I like to see my co-host get shine. I want to see my co-host go viral. I want to see my co-host, you feel me, in front of more people, in front of bigger audiences, because that makes you a greater asset when you're here. That means your following is going to be bigger when you're here. More people might care about watching your content over here if you're making content on a regular basis over there. But Bo hasn't been up there since the Ricky altercation. I'm like, damn, him talking about Draco with Ricky on the news keeps him off no jumper. That's petty as fuck. But come to find out, according to We Starving, who's a maniac, he's saying that Bo Jackman allegedly walked in on Adam getting his booty played with by the doctor. Y'all are crazy, man. I'm finna call Bo. I gotta figure this out. Hold on, man. Let's see if Bo pick up, man. Oh gosh, doctor is wild. Bo, please pick up, please. What's the deal, Bo Jackman? You're live on a Dan Lay live stream, brother.
What's going on?
There's a theory out there, or a rumor out there, that you walked in on Adam getting a prostate exam during a doctor's visit. Is that true?
I have no comment at this moment in time.
You saw Adam getting his booty played in?
I plead the fifth on this one.
Bro, just tell the truth. Did you walk in on Adam's office during a doctor's visit?
Can't confirm nor deny, brother.
You had that look. I saw you on the IRL stream with Adam, and you looked at him like you had seen him getting his booty poked.
Again, I have no further comments at this time.
You so fucking PC. You scary. Just tell the truth. Did you see Adam get his booty hole fingered? Yes or no?
I can't confirm nor deny, brother.
That's a yes. Get off my phone, Bo. I'll see you Monday. That's a yes. Bo Jackman just confirmed here on a day of delay that he saw Adam22 get his keister right up the keister. Just nasty. Why the fuck is Adam up at No Jumper getting his ass fingered? What the fuck is going on? Doctor, can you save me? Shout out to Havoc. Oh fuck, I gotta pee now. Oh shit. Dead homies. Adam was getting finger blasted by a nigga in a lab coat. That nigga's not even a doctor. That nigga didn't graduate from high school, yet alone college or medical school. Some random nigga in a lab coat up there figuring out a booty. He digging in Adam's stooty. How the fuck do you get a prostate exam at work, man? This is a classic. Oh, fuck. I want to look at this meme one more time, man. Hold on. How do you get finger bang at work, bro? How do you get a prostate exam at work? That's malpractice. Oh, I've never heard of, oh yeah, come up to my job. It's different if it's a house visit, which is still weird. But come up to my job and check my ass out, man. We starving as an idiot. Look at Bo. Look at Bo. Oh man, dude, not even a doctor back there playing in a man. He's just a random nigga you met on Instagram with a lab coat, man. Oh, you checking for polyps? He checking for polyps is crazy, man. OTB Donnie, Bo don't want to admit because he. Oh shit, what happened? What happened, Donnie? I was reading it. It disappeared. Said Bo don't want to admit because of something. I dropped out of college. I went to CSUN. I dropped out after 2 years. Might go back one day. Oh man, why the fuck would? Hey man, I gotta piss. Look at this for the next 2 minutes. That's funny, man. Palm trees in the chat or I'm gone, man. That's a classic. Oh. That's a fucking classic, man. Oh man, my fault, y'all. I had to pee, nigga. Let me get this shit off my screen, y'all. That just made my fucking day. Bo not denying it means that it's true. He walked in on Adam22 getting his butt finger blasted. Oh my god. This is a classic. Adam would react exactly like this during the exam. That's why it makes it funnier. Oh man, Bo don't want to admit it because he asked the doctor if he had time to fit him in next. Oh, that's nasty. Not a double finger blast. Hey man, Bo just violated Adam's HIPAA rights. He told the whole world that Adam was getting his booty finger in his office at No Jumper. I'm sure that room smelled crazy like mayonnaise and butt. Shout out to the 22ster. That is fucking funny. Adam hired the doctor on Craigslist. No, that's the doctor's off back page, man. That's funny. That's real funny, y'all. All right, some more funny shit. This is actually the second funniest shit I've seen all week because I don't think it could top this, but hold on. Did y'all see Corey Holcomb get at Flacco, man? Please tell me y'all saw Corey Holcomb get at Flacco, man. Hold on, I sent it to myself. It's on keyboard clips, though. Here we go. All right, so Corey Holcomb called Flacco all type of obscenities and made fun of his BBL. The reason I'm laughing at this is because Flacco's always talking about how I'm shaped and me being fat and me being gay, but he's also fat and has an odd shape and is gay. So let's check it out. Comedian Corey Holcomb goes in on Flacco and his BBL.
Motherfucking name, I call him Dick in the Booty Fago.
Dick in the booty, Fago.
This motherfucker is surviving out here based off the safety of cameras. Cause he been talking talking crazy. I ain't even worried about what he said about me. The motherfucker shit this motherfucker be saying. And when I saw this nigga, I saw this nigga got a BBL.
Oh, yeah!
I ain't never seen this nigga got a BBL, dog.
Who got Hall of Fame record now, Flacco? Who got Hall of Fame record now? Popcorn and kettle black, baby, bitch. Now a nigga talking about how your ass look. Don't feel so good now. Do it. Pause.
This nigga thick like a stripper in the South Club in South Carolina, nigga. This nigga got a BBL, nigga. This nigga, I'm like, what is this nigga talking about? And he got a grandmama face. Yeah. So, Corey, it's over for you. It's over for you.
Grandmama
Nigga,
face.
you don't know me. You just found out about me. I've been out here. I survived in these streets with no deal.
Flacco from North Dakota didn't tell you that.
Is he?
Yeah, he didn't tell you that. He didn't say that to you.
No, he didn't say what he was wrong. He just keep my name in his mouth because he trying to motherfucking get some paper, so he used my name and likeness.
North Dakota, nigga. And he ain't, nigga ain't. Stop it. Stop it.
Nigga, out here with a BBL talking crazy to motherfuckers, man.
Flacco out here with a BBL talking crazy to motherfuckers is crazy. This is funny to me because, as you guys know, if you're a No Jumper fan or even if you're a supporter of mine, you know that I went through a term of sexual harassment. I still get sexually harassed by Flacco. Flacco messages me daily in vanish mode. I've screenshotted some. It just alerts him that he's being screenshotted. He messages me weird sexual obscenities and pursues me sexually and has lust towards me in vanish mode on a daily basis. He's also hitting up Tam. Ask Tam so that you know I'm not lying. He hits up Tam as soon as we get off, Flacco texts Tam every week and says something about me, like that's a weak ass podcast. You need to stop doing a podcast that Teletubby. And I'm like, Flacco, you have just as many Teletubby similarities as I do, Teletubby characteristics as I do, if any. So I don't know. That's pot calling kettle black. But yeah, this made my week because Flacco is infamous for calling me, not calling, but saying I had Hall of Fame recoil and talking about how my ass jiggles when I walk and talking about my ass. And now here's I'm not going to say world famous comedian because Corey Holcomb's a piece of shit, but he is hilarious. He's a famous, like in the black community, Corey Holcomb is known. He's not a household name, but if you into black comedy, you know who Corey Holcomb is. So a famous celebrity comedian making fun of Flacco's build and saying he has a BBL. That's karma. Karma is a bitch, man. BBL Flacco. Funky BBL Fred is crazy. I'm sure he's going to like that. That is fucking hilarious. Stop saying me and Flacco will make a good couple, man. Stop saying that. That is sick. That is sick. Flacco is worse looking by far. Absolutely. Absolutely. I still look like a human. Flacco looks like a stuttering wildebeest and an animal, and his family should be ashamed. But they should be more ashamed of the older brother, the other Jala brother who's a child molester. Then they should be ashamed of Flacco. Nonetheless, that was funny, Corey Holcomb. I'll give you that. But yeah, I'm off Corey Holcomb after I saw that video of him punching a woman. I thought that was some cowardly shit. I wasn't really feeling that too much. All right, what we got next, you guys? Hope I'm not rushing because I'm supposed to be not rushing through the topics like I always do. Trying to slow the show down. I'll be going through the topics in like an hour, and I need them to stretch 2 hours. Oh, TF Third, my crazy sex life. If you've been in a No Jumper Ready the past couple weeks, you've been seeing some idiot, some retarded idiot, maniac, obsessive idiot, constantly posting this TF Third, my crazy Long Beach sex life, or my something like that, my Long Beach sex life. And I guess that is the name of TF Third's upcoming album. They talked about it on the Tuesday show. Ed Hefe was in disbelief. He said he shouldn't call it that. I agree. Tay, if you are going to drop a project, please do not call it My Long Beach Sex Life for many reasons. One, that's a corny title. And two, it's just like, I don't know. limiting yourself to Long Beach. Like in LA, I'm not speaking for me because I personally know a lot of people in Long Beach, got friends in Long Beach. My barber is in Long Beach. I get my haircut in Long Beach every week or every other week sometimes. Long Beach is looked at as weird and dusty by a lot of people in LA. That is a connotation that a lot of people in LA that exists in LA amongst a lot of people, amongst a lot of natives. Like a lot of people look down on Long Beach for whatever reason. I don't subscribe to that line of thinking, but a lot of people do. I got some real homies out there, but a lot of people look at Long Beach as dusty, and you don't want to just section yourself off. You want people from anywhere to want to, or anywhere in LA, even anywhere on the West Coast to kind of like want to listen to your project. So for you to say like my Long Beach sex life is like, are you only fucking hoes in Long Beach? Like, are you only fucking Long Beach hoes? Like, I would have called it my crazy sex life and played off YG since Tay Third and YG came up together and they were peers when they started off. Then YG ended up surpassing him. If anything, I would play off of My Crazy Life, YG's best project. I would call my project My Crazy Sex Life. If you are going to make a project about your sex life. And, yeah, I have a question for the chat. Gun to you, and I need your interactions with this. I'm reading the chat, no super chats. I'm not tripping. Gun to your head, if you were Tay Third's manager and you had to make Tay Third have a comeback or else you get your brains blown out, what would you do? Gun to your head, you're Tay Third's manager. What do you do to make Tay Third have a comeback? I think this Kenny Mallett, shout out to Kenny, he's in the chat. He said, I think this was an Adam idea because he called Tay Nerd an experiment, so that makes him think he's doing it. Are you talking about the Reddit? All right, gun to your head. What would you do to make Tay Third have a comeback? I'm trying to think of some ideas. What could Tay do to have a comeback? Because I feel like just screaming on No Jumper once or twice a week isn't necessarily going to cut it. Because if that was the case, Almighty Suspect would be popping musically. Ralphie would be more popping musically. Okay, y'all are saying Tay is irrelevant. That's your opinion. I'm asking if you had a gun to your head. Oh, that's not Kenny? Okay, cool. If you had a gun to your head, what would you do to make Tay have a comeback? Like, what would be the moves? I feel like the ceiling for Tay would obviously be a YG style career because they both started off as jerking rappers, making music together. Tay went to jail. YG blew up. I remember Tay got out. He dropped a Tooted and Booted diss record. Let me pull that up for you guys. Did you guys know Tay dissed? Did you guys know Tay dissed YG back in the day with a Tooted and Booted diss record? And from there, I feel like it was downhill. YG blew up, and Tay kind of faded away musically with the jerking era. He didn't transition to ratchet. He stayed at jerking music, whereas YG mixed the the jerking sound with gangster rap, and he kind of made it more commercial and blew up. Just read up 1, 2. Here we go. This is Tooted and Booted diss.
Why you like saying that shit? You like saying that shit?
He making fun of YG.
You dissed me though. Hey, you heard that nigga? And you put $10 sign on it, bro. That nigga make all your hits for you, huh? You gonna do another diss song? What the fuck? You making me fucking mad. Stop saying that shit.
Tay always been funny. This is so funny to me.
You lied about sex, kind of grown nigga didn't do that. You ain't running shit. You never run that. Studio gangster with some sloppy tats. East side YG a copycat. Got my face on my neck. Now nigga copy that. Claiming he from Compton, but he ain't never round. Probably cause this nigga really from Paramount. Like G no shit, G for some gay shit. And since we talking bitches, I bought your homie bitch. One in Culver City, the other from the wood. Last time I heard getting chased out of hood. I can't even hate Joe. No, I don't blame you. And to tell the truth, Ty Dolla $ign made Joe.
Oh man, that is a funny fucking diss record. Man, y'all wasn't outside for these records. When Tay and YG was together, they made good music in the jerking era in LA. But back to my original prompt. Gun to your head. If you had to gun to your head, if this stinks is crazy. Gun to your head, if you have to make TF3rd have a comeback, what would you do? Would you have him go at YG again and drop the My Crazy Sex Life project? Would you have Power Trip and be like, I started all this ratchet shit in LA, all this ratchet music come from my music? Because he could pull that card if he wanted to. I saw them kind of have that conversation on No Jumper on the Thursday show this week about how he's the originator of jerking music once it came from the Bay, from hyphy and turned into jerking music. He's the originator of that. Could he pull that card? What could TF3rd do to make an official comeback and be considered one of the hottest rappers in LA again, if that's possible? Like I said, gun to your head. You have no choice or else you die. You're TF3rd's manager and you have like 6 months to make him the hottest or one of the hottest LA rappers again. What would you do? I'm really trying to brainstorm. And I've asked this question, like, I posed this for like Rucci. I said gun to your head before. I've asked the podcast this, to chat this, like gun to your head. What would you do to make Rucci hot again? What would you do to make Casey Veggies hot again? What would you do to make Frosty hot again? But what would you do, gun to your head, to make TF3rd relevant and hot again? It was a one-off, update his childish image. Yeah, I definitely think, I'm not saying childish image, but some photo shoots. We definitely need to get some styling, get some photo shoots, get some dope images of him out there again, some fly drip and all of that stuff. Damn, I don't know. Do you like immerse him in like cough syrup? Like you have him go do some cough syrup photo shoots and some cheap and heavily photo shoots and stuff? Like, what do you do to get TF3rd back as one of the hottest LA rappers? What producer do you put him with? Like, do you go get Loaded Great? That's what I would do. So if I'm the manager, you're going to have a photo shoot with Desto Dub and Style by Desto and some cough syrup merch. And we're going to take you over to Cheap and Heavily, get you in some of that stuff. Definitely gonna get you over some Loaded Great production, some up-tempo party records, some Loaded Great. Again, we're not trying to make him go past Arizona and become some world-famous superstar. I don't think that's what it is. I'm just saying, how do we get him hot in LA again? How do we get LA natives talking about TF3rd new music again? I think teaming up with Loaded Great would probably be the move for me, and some new photo shoots. Excuse me. That's my move. Gun to my head. That's the best I have to offer. Somebody said rap about real life. He need a couple singles. I feel like Loaded Great could give him a party record. Somebody said, trust me, Tay got what it takes to turn up with the right editor at his side. Someone invests into Tay and sees the vision I see. I don't have the editing skills, though. Editing like what? Video content? Dang, man. I don't know. But that's my suggestion. Y'all leave a comment. Let me know what you think TF3rd can do. If you was TF3rd's manager, what would you do? All right, another thing I want to talk about, I saw Ralphie the Plug make a post saying that he should have been a clothing designer instead of a rapper. He would have made a killing. And I believe they're having an event right now at the Cheap and Heavily store, and he got a bunch of Stink Team clothing he was previewing on his Instagram story. So shout out to Ralphie. But it made me think about Ralphie's business. It had me asking myself, did Ralphie the Plug fumble Stink Team? Did Ralphie the Plug fumble Stink Team? Is Stink Team living up to his true potential and capacities? I know he's about to go on tour, Wreck-It Ralphie tour. He's bringing all the Stink Team artists with him, along with Jay Reddy. They're presented by No Label Tour, that company, and he has a bunch of shows up and down the West Coast. You know, the normal chilling circuit for LA rappers, West Coast rappers, and shout out to them for doing that. But like, I feel like Draco made Sting Team such a household name in West Coast hip hop. I feel like with Rimble, you feel me, the Rimble falling out, with OTM falling out, and him no longer having OTM. I've been seeing Duffy drop some pretty good music, not good, great music, but good music recently. Did Ralphie drop the ball with Sting Team? Is Sting Team living up to its fullest capacity? I feel like Ralphie should stop being selfish and go get a major label deal or some sort of distribution for Sting Team. Not for his music. He wants to keep his music, but I feel like Sting Team needs major label back in. I feel like they have a fan base. I feel like Draco fans are still there. There's potential for Sting Team brand to be bigger. What do you guys think? I think Ralphie just pulling up to No Jumper a couple times a week isn't gonna do it for the Sting Team brand. That might be dope for Ralphie, but for the Sting Team brand and its artists, who they got? Day 3, Player Waves, who got a little bit of buzz out here. Like, all of them should be signed to Sting Team Records through like Universal or Sting Team Interscope, Sting Team Capital, Sting Team Def Jam. You feel me? Like how it was Murder Inc. / Def Jam, Rough Riders vs. Def Jam, Rockefeller / Def Jam, that type of stuff. I feel like that's what's needed for or Lynch Mob through East West or Priority. You feel me? Back in the day, and where he had West Side Connection and Yo-Yo, like just things like that. I feel like that's needed with Ralphie. I don't feel like he's handling the Sting Team roster. I don't see any Sting Team artists going far. Is what I'm saying. Ralphie and Evo are doing their best. Hopefully it goes far. Yeah, but you need more. That's what I'm saying. It can't just be on them two. It can't just be those two guys, and that's it. I feel like they need like more. They need a bigger team. Like, we need, I don't know. I just feel like Sting Team could still be something. Like, I still feel like that brand still means something, or right now it still means something. It's fading out, but it still means something. I remember Viral Way gave that viral take, no pun intended, about Sting Team falling off, and Ralphie was disputing it, but it's like, yeah, bro, like, that brand is falling off if you guys don't do something with it, something major. Like, there has to be some popping artists with hit records coming out of Sting Team, and Ralphie and Evo should be facilitating that, in my humble opinion. But the question is, do you think Ralphie fumbled the Sting Team brand? That's the question. That's the question I have for the chat. Sting Team needs to leave music alone, treat it like a hobby, focus on the bud alone. For now, the Stink Pack sells itself nowadays, and ain't all just music. Sting Team need to sign all 32, man. I guess. I don't know, man. Y'all tell me. I feel like the merch is there. Like, I saw the designs. I wish they still had, like, I wish Rimble was still working with Sting Team. I wish Player Waves had a hit record. I wish Day 3 had a hit record. I wish Sting Team had some major label backing and kind of pushed them to higher heights. I wish Ralphie wasn't just the end all be all for Sting Team. Like, all you can get is Ralphie reposting you and taking you on to his shows. You open it up for Ralphie, and then that's pretty much it for a Sting Team artist. I don't really feel that. A great example of that is Man Man. So remember, Man Man used to be a part of Sting Team. I interviewed him and Ralphie and Man Man when I was working at No Jumper. And then Man Man left Sting Team, and now he's signed a 10K Project / Atlantic. It has a new 6 p.m. in Atlanta record going out. And I asked him, like, why did you leave Sting Team? And he told me, he's like, man, I wanted to get a deal. And, you know, they trying to be super independent over there. I'm trying to get a deal. And he ended up going to get a deal from Atlantic. So, yeah, I don't know. I would love to see Sting Team partner with a major label. I feel like a major label would do business with them just off the strength of not only Ralphie's catalog, Draco's catalog, and the brand of Sting Team. The fact that they got a storefront via Chief and Heavily. They got like brick and mortar retail spot where they can have events and do pop-up shops. And they're always branding and doing collaborations and merch and photo shoots with awful lot of cough syrup. Like, that whole Melrose, like, they could really take over the Melrose culture. Like, back in my day, it was Fairfax culture. Now it's Melrose. They could take over that whole Melrose wave, even though I think the cheapest store is still on Fairfax, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, I feel like they could just be doing a lot more. Ralphie could be doing a lot more with that Sting Team brand, in my humble opinion. He could be doing a lot more. All right, this is another good take. This is from Milk. Milk is a fucking idiot. Milk been following me, commenting under my post, but I really don't care too much for his content. But the shit he posted the other day has me screaming. It's about Nate Dogg's son, Inhale. Milk posted this. It's the most honest LA music take I've seen in a long time. I'm a fan of Milk now because I love honesty.
Hey, look, so
Let's check this out. I think I met Milk when he came to No Jumper that time and did that shameless interview with Adam. But all right, Inhale will never make it as a solo artist. His lane is features. Let's check this out. Listen to this brute honesty.
So Inhale, I gotta let you know this, bro. You having a solo career in music is never gonna work. Your music is trash. It's garbage. I have never once in my life heard somebody say, hey man, play that new Inhale. Never been in traffic and heard nobody playing Inhale, bro. I've been in the media space and barely heard of Inhale. That should tell you something. Now your father, he struggled coming to the realization that his solo career would not work. And he started killing it with the hooks, bro. He was the king of hooks in my eyes and everybody else's eyes. And when you come to realization that you're not meant to be a solo artist and you should focus on becoming that hook king like your father was, then I think your music career, it'll start blossoming and taking off. Hey, look, so Inhale, I gotta let you know this, bro. You having a solo career.
All right. Man, that shit is the funniest LA music take I've seen in a minute. I love honesty like that. Inhale ended up hitting me up after this because I was laughing in the comments. He's like, oh, I fuck with you. Follow me back. And it's like, bro, I fuck with you. I followed him back, but I told him, Milk is rude with his delivery, but so what? Sometimes I'm rude too. It's the truth. It's the truth. Like, we not riding around to no solo Inhale music. I never heard someone say cut that Inhale on per this video. And Nate Dogg's solo career didn't go too well. Nate Dogg, rest in peace, his debut album sold like 32,000 copies first week, and it was a double disc. But Nate Dogg made money from hooks. Nate Dogg became a legend and successful off giving other artists hooks. And so I'm telling him, like, you need to start working with other LA rappers, other West Coast rappers, like singing on their songs like T-Fly used to, Ty Dolla $ign used to, Blast when he first started popping off. Like, we want to see you on people's hooks. Stop, like, you keep dropping solo music that we don't care about and doing these corny music videos with these corny themes, and he'll wear the rag around his head and cosplay as his father. It's like, no, man, your father had hits by singing on other people's songs. So shout out to Milk. I like that. I really don't care when Milk gets into his gangbang content stuff. And then also, Inhale told me that just yesterday he ran, or maybe the day before yesterday, he ran into Milk and they had an altercation. Like, they ran into each other in the streets. He's alleging that Milk ran away from him. That's what Inhale is saying. He's saying that him and his homie caught up with that nigga and Milk took off running and all of that shit. But I don't feel like what Milk said is wrong. He was crass in his with his take, but it's an honest take. It's definitely an honest take. Has anyone heard from D-Lo, the Elf? Nate Dogg is a legend. Absolutely. Shout out to Inhale. Hopefully get it together. If not, Milk gonna keep roasting. But shout out to Milk. That was a good take. Oh, I want to show y'all this Valentine's Day card. It's a Draco Valentine's Day card. Hold on. This shit is funny. I'm going to send this out to somebody when I get off of here. Hold on. The truth is, I'd go crazy about you. Oh, that's romantic. That's real romantic. It's a little Draco Valentine's Day card. All right, what we got? What else we got? If y'all got any topics for me, send them in the chat. Don't worry about the super chats unless you want to send a super chat right now. But hold on, what else we got? Gene Simmons, Joe Budden's take on the Russell. I gotta pull that up. Joe Budden's take on the Russell. I didn't send that clip in. If y'all got any topics, send them in. I got a bunch of hip hop topics left. Dejon, when are you gonna check out the music scene here in Baltimore? I be needing you to peep it. Send me some artists. Where my wrench at? Cause all 32, you said you didn't want to be a mod. Somebody want to see me exercise. Exercise these nuts in your mouth. Exercise these nuts in your mouth. All right, Joe Budden, Russell.
For the people that missed it, yesterday, it looks and feels like.
All right, I got it. All right, so Joe Budden gave a take on the Russell signing of Rock Nation, and we're going to check that out. Send in any other topics or questions. If you got any messy topics we could get to. If not, we on a hip hop journey. Let's check it out. All right, here we go.
It looks and feels like it's undermining the road that we've been on with you and everything that you stood for. Even if you're still independent now. Yeah, but you're not independent. Yeah, you have you actually were able to sign to a machine. Now it's tougher to believe. It's tougher to believe you when you say, I'm trying to sell 100,000 copies of my album in 30 days. Because there's been, for over 10 years now, there's been labels that have done the inorganic thing by trying to make it look organic. Yeah. So it's just tougher to believe. I get that now. Preaching a message of independence. And everything that you keep saying is, yo, he couldn't do this, or he felt like he couldn't do this. And that's the same thing with the niggas that signed to the label from the rip. They feel like they can't do their own marketing, which might be exhausting to your point. They feel like they can't get my songs played around the world because I can't go around and pitch my shit to all of the program directors nationwide. But that's a part of the struggle of being independent. So when you tell these little kids, yo, you don't need that, you don't need that, you don't need that, you basically contradicting yourself by saying, now I'm going to tap out because it was too difficult. If you just want to rap, then you don't want to be independent. Yeah, and I was going to... Independent means you have a say in all facets of this, and you are responsible for it all. It's not, I just want to rap. If you just want to rap, then I don't have nothing to say to you. It looks and feels like...
All right, that's Joe Budden and the Joe Budden podcast take on the Russell signing with Rock Nation a couple weeks ago. I feel like I get what he's saying. There's a distrust that might be in place. I've been seeing on the timeline a lot of the Russell fans are, to me, coming off as haters saying that they don't want to support him anymore now that he's not totally independent. But to my understanding, he signed a management deal with Rock Nation, even though it's skeptical that Rock Nation management would send his record to radio. I guess he has a single that's on radio now. I didn't know management sent records to radio. Normally that's a label's job. But nonetheless, congratulations to LaRussell for signing to Rock Nation. If that's what he wanted to do, that's what he wanted to do. More importantly, he's not the first West Coast rapper to sign to a major label after preaching independence. I always brought up, I used to talk about it with Brick Baby on, because he knew as well. I used to talk about it with Brick Baby on No Jumper, how Nipsey Hussle was secretly signed to Atlantic Records for years before announcing the deal. He didn't announce the deal with Atlantic until 2018. And he had been signed to Atlantic at least 2016. He had been signed 2015. Yeah, like 2015, 2016. He had been signed to Atlantic, was still putting out mixtapes and projects under the guise of independence, but he had major label services, marketing. They would push the button on certain things, campaigns, things like that. And that's no disrespect to the late, great Nipsey Hussle, because that's smart business. But I think that I always say in this current era, at least, yeah, in this current era, I feel like artists support you more knowing that you're independent, meaning that they'll buy a t-shirt, they'll buy your weed strain, they'll buy merch from you, they'll pay a little more for a ticket or a meet and greet if they think you're independent and you're doing all of this out of pocket. So that's why, not even just Nipsey, but there's a lot of rappers that over the years I know for a fact were down low signed. Like they were signed to a label, but it was on a hush. They would pretend to be independent and be preaching independence and talking about independent this and I own all of this and this, that, and the third. But secretly, they were receiving major label services from a major label that was recouping off of them and just waiting for the right time to announce it. So I understand the distrust from someone who preaches independence, and then next thing you know, they're signing Rock Nation. But yeah, no, he's not the first to do it. I can't knock La Russell for doing it, but then still celebrate Nipsey Hussle's business acumen and his career and legacy. I can't do that. Nipsey Hussle was the face of independent rappers in the 2010s, but yet he was secretly signed to Atlantic Records for years. I can't, before the press release went out. So I can't allow that. I remember having a conversation with Ralphie. Ralphie feels like Ralphie thinks that if you're on Empire, if you do business with Empire, you're not independent, meaning Zoe Osama, Big Sad, Rucci, RJ, now Blast is on Empire. Basically, he's saying that none of them are independent because they got the Empire machine behind them. Back in the day, independent meant you do not do business with the major label groups. Back in the day, it was Universal, Sony, Warner, EMI. Now it's just Universal, Sony, and Warner, because Universal brought EMI. That's why Capitol was a part of Universal. Warner is Atlantic, Warner Records. Sony is RCA or Sony Red, and they have, I think Jive just got relaunched. What other labels? Oh, Columbia is Sony. So those are the three major label groups. But back in the day, as long as you weren't doing business with one of those, you were technically independent. Universal was Republic, Motown, Def Jam, Interscope, Geffen, all of that falls under Universal. Back in the day, if you wasn't working with one of those labels I just named, you were titled independent. You could brag about being independent, because Jay-Z is known for being starting off independent, but his debut album, Reasonable Doubt, was distributed through Priority Records. So he had a big label supporting Priority. He had Mac 10, Ice Cube. They ended up taking over Death Row once Jimmy Iovine and Suge Knight fell out. Like, Priority had No Limit. Like, Priority was a big powerhouse label out here. And that's who Jay-Z released his debut album, Rockefeller Inc., distributed through some other subgroup and Priority Records. Were they not independent? You get what I'm saying? So the definition of independence changes, but nonetheless, Ralph the Plug is under the belief that if you're working with any company, if you're not just uploading straight through DistroKid or something like that, if you got label services and you getting help, you're not independent, which speaks to the actual technical definition of independence. But I will always argue and debate with Ralphie, like, no, in the industry, it means if you're not working with one of the major label groups, then you're independent. But to each his own. Shout out to La Russell. Salute to La Russell. Lush is signed to Warner Meth Records. That is funny. What happened to Koch? Koch became E1, and E1 is now MNRK Music Group. Yeah, Koch became E1. Then they brought Death Row. They ended up selling Death Row to Snoop, allegedly. But now another company brought them out, MNRK, and they had like Cash Doll, but that deal went sour. They might still be working with the Game. I'm not sure. I know they had Cash Money West for a while. Stuff like that. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Palm trees in the chat or I'm gone. Lush signing to Empire is crazy. Empire don't fuck with no jumper. That's one thing I can't say. Empire do not fuck with no jumper. Some years ago, Adam was supposed to be getting a label deal and doing a deal with Empire, but once the whole 16-year-old scandal came out, they cut ties with him, and they really don't fuck with him. That's the reason why Zoe Osama was supposed to be signed to No Jumper. Zoe Osama you heard it here first. Zoe Osama was supposed to be signed to No Jumper Records, but once the whole scandal broke out and became news, they was like, no, we're not doing it, and then he ended up being at Empire. But yeah, I don't think Lush should sign to Empire. Empire don't fuck with No Jumper. I couldn't even get, when I was at No Jumper, I couldn't even interview certain artists from while I was at the platform. Like, they would be like, they could come to a Dan LA, they could do the Rap Report Card podcast or Dan LA podcast, they could do an interview with you, but no, we're not. We don't want our artists mixed in with that mess over there. So there's that. There's a few artists, not even just Empire artists. There's a few artists that refuse to do interviews with me and No Jumper, but would do one-on-one interviews with me. Blue Bucks Clan was another one. I guess Adam had said something about their music or something. I don't know, but Blue Bucks refused to do an interview with me at No Jumper. But then you guys, if you go down the Dan LA page, you see I have separate one-on-one interviews with Blue Bucks Clan outside of No Jumper. It's a few artists. I'm not gonna name everybody, but there's a few artists that refused to do interviews with me when I was working at No Jumper, but said they would do the interview 1-on-1. And so I think that comes with like the stigma surrounding No Jumper. Shout out to Lush, man. And shout out to this person that keeps fat shaming me in the chat. Let him know that. Remind him that I'm on Ozempic, man. All right, give me some topics, man. What's going on in this space? What's the deal? You know, on Saturday we run low on topics. It's the 30th anniversary of All Eyes on Me. I'll wait. Run me my wrench. DM me your Instagram URL, your YouTube URL on Instagram, and I can set that up. But yeah, it's the 30th anniversary of Tupac's album, All Eyes on Me, his best body of work, in my opinion. Let me pull that up on the screen. All right, so on February 13, 1996, yesterday was the 30th anniversary. All Eyes on Me. Tupac released All Eyes on Me, his first album under Death Row Records, one of the most influential rap albums of all time, a groundbreaking double disc project. It was packed with raw emotion, unfiltered storytelling, and anthems that defined the era. Ambitions of a Rider, All About You, that's one of my favorite records, is on there. California Love, I Ain't Mad at You. To me, this was like Tupac's GNX album. He was beefing with the hottest rapper in the game, Biggie and Bad Boy. So he came to the West Coast, worked with all the LA producers and rappers, and boom. Success. Damn, man. 30 years since All Eyes on Me. And the Grammys actually just inducted this album into the Grammy Hall of Fame. So congratulations to the Tupac estate, because to my knowledge, Tupac never won a Grammy, but this album is now in the Grammy Hall of Fame. I don't know if that counts as a Grammy, but yeah, shout out to Tupac's estate if that does count as a Grammy. Before I do want to talk about Gene Simmons saying that hip hop doesn't belong in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I do want to get to that topic, but there was something funny I want to show you guys. Here we go. This guy is saying that Ice-T, let me just tell you guys, he's saying Ice-T is not from 60s. I never heard Ice-T claim 60s, but I guess in a Drink Champs interview Ice-T did not too long ago, he chucked up Neighborhood. Let's check it out.
How old were you when you met Ice? 12. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So he was like an older, he like an OG best friend.
Yeah, people, listen, I love you, Tracy. I love you to death, but you're not from 60s. I just been, we're too old for this now. And even the homie Big U and Nipsey, we joked about it because he was doing an interview on Drink Champs.
I seen that. I watched that interview.
He ain't no punk, but you ain't from the turf.
Yeah.
Ice is one of those honorary could have been police, could have been from 60s.
Okay.
He's not from 60s. But
He associated with the 60s.
yes, that's my big brother, but he was never, some cats can become 60 without getting put on. It's how you rock it, but he never did any of that. He was a booster. Ice-T was a booster.
How old were you when you...
All right. To my knowledge, Ice-T is from New Jersey. He moved out here to LA in like the 70s, I believe, when he was like 17 years old. He is, to me, still, he started his rap career in the West Coast. So that's why I consider him a West Coast rapper. He's known as the first West Coast rapper to have a major label deal when he signed to Warner Brothers in the late 80s, put out his debut album, Rhyme Pays, had the hit single 6 in the Morning, Police at My Door, with the PSK sample. That's an interesting take, though. That's an interesting take. I don't think you have to be from a hood to be a gangster rapper. It's just about, according to this gentleman, he carried himself like a gangster. He was tough and all of that, so... do you have to be a gang member? Do you have to be from a hood to be considered a gangster LA rapper? Is that a mandate? He looked like he smelled like moonshine. It's funny. I got gummy bears in my cap. It's also funny. I want to start a drop the flag movement in LA. Good luck with that. Good luck with that. Shout out to Ice-T, though. Definitely a legend, but according to the gentleman, you're not from 60s, man. I guess so. Better question would be, who cares? Ice-T is a Grammy Award-winning, multi-platinum selling icon that's still on syndicated television, like after the longest running show ever probably. So yeah, shout out to Ice-T. I wouldn't really care about that, but and he's still one of the OGs of gangster rap. He'll always be known as that rhyme syndicate. Rhyme pays. All right, let's get to what Gene Simmons had to say about rappers being in the hip hop in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I feel like this was very racist because rock and roll is black music. So we invented rock and roll. So who are you to tell us who should be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
Not my music. I don't come from the ghetto. It doesn't speak my language. And I said in print many times, hip hop does not belong in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, nor does opera, symphony orchestras. How come the New York Philharmonic doesn't get the Rock and Roll? Because it's called the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. But he shot back and said, no, it's the spirit of rock. Okay, fine. So Ice Cube and Grandmaster Flash and all these guys are in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. It's not my music.
Well, he's right when he says that it's not his music. Neither is rock and roll. Rock and roll was invented by Little Richard and Rosetta Thorpe, both black people. Little Richard, a gay black man, invented rock and roll, one of the most successful genres on earth. Rosetta Thorpe, a black gospel guitarist, broke through and started making secular music on the guitar and helped invent rock and roll as well. Those are known as the father and mother of rock and roll music. A gay black man and a black woman invented it. So rock and roll is in your music, idiot. And I love when I saw NWA inducted to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Last year, Salt and Pepper got inducted. I believe LL Cool J, Missy Elliott, Mary J. Blige, even though she's like R&B, but she's hip hop soul. Like hip hop is a part of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as it should be. It's black music. Rock and roll is black music. It's really a black music Hall of Fame. If you make black music, whether it's rock, soul, R&B, hip hop, you get into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Maybe they should rename it the Black Music Hall of Fame. But let's see what Chuck D from Public Enemy had to say about it. TMZ did an interview with him about it. You guys know this type of stuff interests me.
Well, number one, Gene Simmons seems to say this every 3 years anyway. And I guess when the latest group of hip-hop artists and rap music artists come in, you know, he's going to issue his point. I mean, he's a rock god, you know. But what he fails to realize is that it's the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And everything else other than rock, when rock and roll splintered in the 60s, is the roll. And soul music, reggae, hip-hop, which is rap music, you know, because hip-hop is a culture. So it embodies, you know, sight, sound, story, and style. But music, the vocal on top of the music has already been determined. So that's the roll, that's the flow, that's the soul in it. Yeah, Kiss are rock gods, but they don't have a lot of roll to them. I'm black, born in 1960. Being told that I don't belong doesn't even faze me.
All right, I'm gonna leave it there. Yeah, I agree with him. It's black music. It's all black music. So we don't need Gene Simmons or Kiss to determine what goes in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. It's definitely our music. All right, I have to end because I got a text that my significant other is on the way and it's almost here. So with that being said, any last questions? Palm trees in the chat is greatly appreciated. Happy Valentine's Day. I have this top 10 LA rap albums list, but I'm going to save that for me and Bo to go through. I'm definitely going to say that for Bo and I to go through. I'll spend a couple more minutes fucking with the chat. I'm not going to get into any more topics. Sound is very, very amateur. Shut the fuck up. I just brought this mic and y'all been complimenting me on how the mic sounds. Now it's amateur. Shut the fuck up. What are you talking about? Go check the last Saturday stream comments. They said, oh, the sound sounds so much better. Love the new mic. And then here you talking about sound sounds amateur. You guys always got something to complain about, bitch. Check your AirPods, nigga. Get a new phone. Get some new AirPods. This is a brand new mic that I just brought. So what are you talking about? What the fuck are you talking about? I know my mic sounds good. Thank you very much. It better because I paid good money for this mic. This is the exact mic we was using with the old production company. I ordered the exact mic that they was using. So Yeah, yo, what we got? What we got? Palm trees in the chat, or I'm gone. Shout out to everybody who tuned in with the Valentine's Day episode with Tam on Monday. Bo and Jackman and I will be back up here. Jay Reddy is supposedly pulling up to talk about his new song with Rimble. And Bo and I are going to go through our top 10 LA rap albums of all time. And we're going to finish out this annoying ass super chat split. And I'm going to ask him exactly how he walked into Adam's office and saw him getting finger popped by his doctor, allegedly. Doctor. Then Tam is coming on Wednesday, and I'm gonna ask her how she felt about her date, her on-camera date with Rico, and how her actual Valentine's Day went. And Friday, Zoe Sama is pulling up, and we have some special topics, some heated debates to get into. So yeah, that's gonna be it for today. Chat's not talking about nothing. I can't accept constructive criticism. That's not constructive criticism. That's a lie. My audio is better than it used to be because I just brought a new mic. And everybody in the comments, the last time I used this mic, everybody in the comments was saying, "Oh, your audio sounds so much better. That's the audio we want." So that what he said is a lie. I can accept constructive criticism. I accepted it. You guys said my audio was trash, so I went out and brought a new mic. So I'm not gonna go out and buy an expensive ass new mic and then somebody tell me, "Oh, your audio is amateur." That's not constructive criticism. That's a lie. That's me doing what you guys asked me to do. Go get a new mic, improve the audio. I go do that, and then you're still talking shit. That's not constructive criticism. That's like me telling a rapper, "Oh, I want to hear you rap over Detroit beats," and then they go get a Detroit producer, and I'm like, "Oh no, I still want to hear you rap over a Detroit beat. That beat's not Detroit." Like, that's not constructive criticism. That's you hating. There's a difference. There is a difference. There's definitely a difference. But anywho, palm trees in the chat. I'm about to go. Happy Valentine's Day to everybody. Hopefully, old boy likes his shoes. Hopefully he likes his kicks. If not, really don't give a fuck. As long as I get what I want, I ask for cologne. Then we're going to go to lunch. And then we're going to go to my favorite hookah lounge for not dinner, but later on tonight. So shout out to all the lovers in the chat. Enjoy your Valentine's Day. Enjoy your weekend. I'm gone, man. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that like button, sub up if you haven't subbed up already. Shout out to Junkie Cartel for the merch. I'm gone, man. I'm not worried about